Hi, I'm Arcadia, and thank you for landing on my planet. Today we're going to be talking about the exploitation of Daniel Bregoli. Child celebrities never grow up normally, as history has shown. Whether it's their parents milking their children for profit, young girls getting popular off of showing their body, or kids simply becoming popular off of a funny video, their life always changes for the better and the way worse. These kids are constantly put underneath the microscope of their parents and the world. Once they grow up, they start coming out of their shells with their obvious issues that can no longer be hidden by PR. They come back in headlines with titles such as, "Remember that girl that you thought was a sweetheart? Yeah, this is her now. Remember the girl that starred in that one show? Yeah, this is her now. She was internally and externally suffering, and this is the wrath of what all she was going through."
I have trauma too. So I feel you and I get it.
And I look and I go around sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age and they're just kind of just selfie. I'm just like, dude, like, oh my God, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
But today, one child celebrity that we're going to be talking about is Daniel Bregoli. Daniel Bregoli was born March 26 in 2003 in Boynton Beach, Florida. She is currently 19 years old. For the longest, she was known as the cash me outside girl that gained her fame from the Dr. Phil show in 2016. The Dr. Phil show was a constant beacon of chaos. The so-called psychologists would bring broken families and their problems on the show just to exploit them and send their misbehaving kids to the ranch instead of real therapists. Daniel Bregoli was a victim of this, but with her popular catchphrase, "Cash me outside, how about that," made her an online internet personality, and she started her own music career with the fame, and now uses the name Bhad Bhabie. But before we get into that, I want to talk about why she ended up on this Dr. Phil show.
Spirit Airlines, who gave us the following statement.
Paranoid. She'll go after me.
Good, bitch.
Like if I tell her like hit me, she'll try to hit me and I gotta like dodge her. Cause if she hits me, I'm giving it to her. I'm pretty violent. I mushed her in the face cause she wouldn't get out my face. Either I'm breaking down her door or she's breaking down my door. I don't stop till I start seeing dents in the door.
Growing up, Daniel was a troubled child, and due to her strained relationship with her mother, her troubles only worsened. So her mother did the best thing she could and decided to humiliate her publicly on the Dr. Phil show, along with Dr. Phil himself.
Somebody else's car.
You're talking to be sliding. You mean? That's what makes me want to take the next bitch car.
What now? I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Are you speaking English? Do you have an accent of some sort?
Tell them where it comes from, you know.
From the streets.
Oh. Okay, so
Now, this is the first introduction of Daniel that we get on the show. She's either 12 or 13 years old, and she's dressing like a grown woman, like 20 years old, and her accent just, oh my gosh, it's just so much. And she has these long acrylic nails, big hoops, and then long red hair on top of that. This is Danielle.
did you go to the 5th grade? No, I'm asking, how far did you go?
Danielle's definitely not taking any of this seriously, but Dr. Phil actually had the audacity to ask her if she dropped out of the 5th grade.
Well, I stopped at 7th if you want to get technical.
You stopped at the 7th grade. So you did go through the 5th grade.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I was just curious. Okay,
At no point in this video am I going to condone Danielle's actions, but just in these clips, the way she's dressing and acting, this is a child that comes from a fatherless home, and comes from a mother who allows her to do things like that. And the whole time she was doing this little interview, her mother wasn't being recorded until the end of the video when Daniel tries to fight her. Now we have a 12-year-old with a 7th grade education or a 6th grade education, and she's being put on the show on blast to be humiliated. Now I'm saying this specifically because I'm going to show some more clips of how she was interacting with Dr. Phil and her mother on the show, and how the crowd was interacting with her also.
you and your mom close when you were growing up?
Yeah.
Do you love your mother?
Yes. Oh, here go the waterworks.
Do you want her to be happy?
Yes.
Where's your father in all this?
I don't know.
Do you know him?
Yeah,
When was the last time you saw him?
but I don't remember.
Does he have another family? Did you ask to meet that family?
I don't even need to. I don't want to, and I don't need to.
Have you been hurt?
From this clip, you can see that she's pretty broken up, especially when she's asked about her father, whether he's in her life or if she knows him. But along with this, her mother's over there crying or trying to cry, even though there's no tears coming out of her eyes, which irritates me. And Dr. Phil is asking her whether or not she's been hurt. But you can see the defense when she's like, I don't need that, I don't need him, blah, blah, blah. Where do you think she got that attitude and that type of mindset from?
Your attitude and behavior is very clearly a get them before they get me attitude. It's like if I'm the...
Dr. Phil genuinely starts to irritate me at this moment because he tries to be empathetic, but he's coming off monotone and he's solely blaming Danielle for her actions and taking on these metaphors and so on of what she's doing. But in reality, he doesn't really care about this girl. Just look at the comments that he makes after that little speech of his that he did.
I think that Danielle clearly has low self-esteem and self-worth, which is really sad because I think she has so many great qualities. I think she's obviously very smart.
Oh my God! Wow!
I'm honestly in awe because just minutes ago, he literally said, did you finish the 5th grade? I'm serious. So now you think she's very smart and capable because she finished the 5th grade? I don't understand what this man's doing, but he's not doing any good in the situation. And he's calling her insecure, and she stopped listening a while ago. I wonder why.
She cares about you and you care about her. I don't think it's an accident that she sleeps with you every night.
Now at this point, Dr. Phil is tired of his own voice, and it seems like he's just trying to wrap things up for a happy ending for the show credits. But the mother hasn't dropped one tear, and the daughter is just completely tired of this mess.
At some point, you got to start making your own way in this world and trying to get happy. And you're going to have to figure this out. I don't think this is an evil girl here. I don't think she's the Antichrist at all. I think...
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Back the fuck up. I'll knock the fuck out you. Damn, pussy. Hey.
Alright, so I'm gonna just jump forward. Let's get to the parts where Danielle was acting out, arguing with her mother, and doing unspeakable things at the age of 12 and 13 for the longest, and as well as get her mother's side of the video of how she was acting on the Dr. Phil show. But right before we get to that, make sure you like the video and subscribe, and also leave a comment below for what I could fix, and definitely other videos or little details I forgot about, and anything you'd like to recommend.
Hey, why that really always be how it go? I'm always biting, you always barking. Explain that to me.
Because we're not phonies like the rest of the fucking others out there.
He still cared about my feelings, but going as far as I hope you get molested, go suck your molested dick again, go kill yourself. I should have aborted you. This is why I didn't even want you.
Danielle. Now, Danielle's mom, Barbara Ann, has written to me every year for the past 3 years about her daughter.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Now, rewatching all of this, I never noticed that she actually contacted Dr. Phil 3 times. Well, 3 years in a row. That means that Danielle has been on this type of stuff since she was 10 years old. And her mother comes on the Dr. Phil show saying that she doesn't want her daughter anymore. She's losing her daughter. Here's the clips where she actually says that.
Started throwing pillows.
Okay, she's threatened you with knives.
Yes.
You say that she's carved, we couldn't even say,
No, yeah.
blank hoe into the living room wall.
Yes.
When you're driving, she's grabbed the steering wheel in your car
Yes.
while you're driving. She calls you a bitch and a blank hoe and other expletives. She's run away from home more than 10 times. made false drug allegation to the police.
I was in my room laying down, and she was in the kitchen making a little concoction of confectionery sugar in a saran wrap bag, twisted it up, took a little razor blade, took a straw and cut it, went into my bathroom, displayed everything in my bathroom, and called 911 and said, "Oh my God, my mom's here snorting heroin."
The cops come.
They say, "Danielle, listen, we're going to give you a choice. Either we're going to go and test it, or you're going to tell us if you really did, if this is really heroin or not." She goes, "Nah, it's confectionery sugar." So they said, "All right, well, guess what? You're going to be arrested for abuse of 911, and you're going to be arrested for a false police report." And they took her right into custody. I can't fight the fight.
So you've just given up. I'm a parent, and I've never found the window. You know, the one where you go stand in line to turn in your parent card.
Yes, I know, I understand.
I didn't even know that was an option.
You know, it really isn't an option.
Well, apparently it is.
Well,
you said
no, it really isn't an option.
Well, apparently it is.
Well,
you said you quit.
Because you get to a point where, what else do you do? Therapy doesn't work. Getting arrested doesn't work. Giving her whatever she wants doesn't work. It's just, nothing is working. Nothing.
There was a fight over a cell phone.
Yes.
It almost seems as though you're provoking the situation. Let's listen to this.
Get on, bitch! What are you gonna do, Dad? You gonna throw a rock at me? Go ahead! You got one more.
Okay, there are many other scenes, well not scenes, many other videos and Instagram lives that you could find of Danielle and her mother fighting, because after the show, Danielle was definitely the breadwinner of the family because of her popularity. She eventually had a net worth of like $200,000 and was paying for everything, you know, was moving house to house due to her strained relationship with her mother. But after she was sent to the ranch, which ironically I couldn't find the video for that, this is what happened.
Yes, Barbara Ann told producers that she wanted to give her 13-year-old Danielle a chance to turn things around. We together talked about it. We referred Danielle to Turnabout Ranch, where she seemed to make some real positive adjustments.
It's just a bunch of old people who get to basically boss kids that have been abused or have problems at home or just had a troubled life, and they act out because of it. So that Dr. Phil and parents send their kids here for these people for the kids to actually get more traumatized.
That's not why people send them there.
Well, they don't know. No, I'm saying they don't know they're sending their kid here for this. But when you send your kid to this facility, your child just gets more traumatized.
I like learning patience with him. He wants everything his way. Yeah, I'm talking about you. That my mom's gonna have to trust me because she knows that now there's boundaries, and if she pulls back on the reins, I'll stop.
She went totally outside of her realm. With every little piece of this ranch, she learned responsibility.
This is part of graduation. She has to teach somebody.
Took in there against my will. They give you transporters. Transporters are two people, a male and a female, that come in the middle of the night. They don't tell them where they're going. They just take them, they handcuff them, they put them in the car. It's basically like kidnapping. We got there, I got out of the car, and I just seen it looked like nothing. It was just super dark. I seen like all the circles and stuff, and I seen the little cabin, and I was like, oh shit, I'm not built for this. Like, I'm just a little bougie ass. So for the first 3 days you're there, it's no showering. They put you in a circle, which is it's a teepee. It's a little teepee, but it's open, and you have to sit there for 3 days. They wouldn't let me lay down for nothing. Like, I was falling asleep, and they were like, get up. So I'm just sitting here, like, this is gonna be really bad.
You have to admit, he helped you a lot. If it wasn't for Dr.
My mom just showed me this article. Woman says she was punished at Turnabout Ranch after reporting a sexual assault. So I haven't really talked much about my time there, but
if it wasn't
if it wasn't for his money, you can't say it wasn't for him. No. If it wasn't for him and his people, I would not be the way I am.
How did you get there?
Okay, it was his money, it wasn't him.
No, of course it was him. Of course it was him.
For 5 days straight without letting. Now you're supposed to let the kids, even if they're in trouble, you're supposed to let the kids change their clothes every day, and then they're supposed to shower every 3 days. They did not let us shower. They did not let us change our clothes. I don't even think they let us shower over the whole 2 weeks. They made me walk in the arena, and I got athlete's foot from it. They wouldn't let me change my socks. I got athlete's foot from it, and I had a UTI. I told the nurse I had a UTI from them not letting me change my underwear. I told them I had this UTI, right? I told the nurse, she said, "You're just looking for an excuse to go to the hospital so you can run away."
Paid for myself.
You think so?
Damn right.
No.
Damn
If it
right.
wasn't for him, if it wasn't for Dr. Phil, listen, Dr. Phil could have probably sent you anywhere in the United States. He knows places you think he sends every kid to a turnabout? He don't.
Yeah.
No, he don't. There's many places he could have sent you to. He picked Turnabout for a reason. You have to say thank you. You have to say at least thank you, because he did it.
Thank you.
Dr. Phil, thank you very much.
Dr. Phil, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Alright, thank you everyone for getting this far. This video could have been a lot longer, but I feel like I covered majority of the exploitation of her on the Dr. Phil show. There's some parts I left out. As you can see from the live that I posted where she was talking about her experience being in the ranch, there was also like comments being made about her. She was still 13 or 14 years old, and they were just sexual comments if you just look at it. And what's ironic about this, later on in her career where she was making music and stuff, she actually opened up an OnlyFans on her 18th birthday and made $50 million. So to this day, she's still being exploited, and she is still the breadwinner for her family. At the beginning of all this chaos, Danielle was being bullied online, and she was looked at as the evil child gone wrong, and her mother got away with this, and she wasn't even held accountable for a very long time. So this is why I'm making this video. And eventually Danielle came out, of course, with the videos that I used in here. She eventually came out with her experience. She frequently talks about her mother on her Instagram lives, about, you know, stuff that she goes through. But it was just very unfortunate how, you know, the fame, you know, gave her, you know, money and stuff so she could get out of a situation. But since she didn't have actual guidance or, you know, a proper way of life, a proper layout, a father figure, a non-toxic mother, and so on, she really didn't come where she needed to be, become the person that she needed to be. But she's definitely a result of her childhood, her mother, her parent, and her environment.